Hi, Cancer. This is going to be your June 2020 forecast. It is good for the Sun, Rising Moon, or Venus sign of Cancer. Please keep in mind it's a general message. It's not a personal message meant for just one person, so it won't resonate with all of you. Check your Rising Moon or Venus placements. All the other signs are up in the playlist for you to watch as well. If you want a message to resonate with you 100%, book a private reading with me. The link to my website to schedule is in the description below. If you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. So, Cancer, I'll be honest with you. I've tried to do this spread 3 different times using 2 different decks. And the reason I did that was because the first reading was incredibly negative and dark, and I felt so horrible. People complain in the comments and they shit talk at us tarot readers and they whine and say, "This is the most negative reading I've ever seen," and blah, blah, blah. We pick up on the energy we pick up on, okay? And most people come to tarot when things are going wrong, not when things are going right. But the first message, I just instantly got a headache and felt terrible. The second message looked a little bit better, and I thought, I'm going to wait. I'm going to use a different deck, and I'm going to try to get the most informative reading that I can. This reading does look a little bit better. I do not choose the cards, I let them fly out of the deck, but I can't sugarcoat the readings at all. So if they're difficult at all, I can't apologize. This is the message I got for you. I will be turning comments off because um, it's difficult to receive difficult messages. So this is the best I can do for you guys. I think that you guys are going to have a tower moment this month, and it will force you to listen to your intuition a little bit better and use self love. I think this is clearly about a relationship cycle, a romantic relationship, probably. It's possible that this could involve a triangle or a married person, but not necessarily. I do think that something will happen this month or has happened. There will be a tower moment where there will be a sudden shift and an awakening, and it will put you in a place where you will focus more on healing, self love, facing your own repressed emotions and intuition. At the center of it all for you, I have the Ten of Swords. So, endings this month you guys will be going through. And they might be difficult for you, depending, tarot is very dramatic, but the Ten of Swords can be anything from a major health crisis and loss to a feeling of betrayal, feeling stabbed in the back, a painful ending, which I'm so sorry, my dear ones. My moon is in Cancer. I really love you guys. I want to give you the best messages possible, but I can see that you're going through a painful ending, and I did pull oracle cards of advice for you. The challenge this month is the Page of Swords. So when I see the Page of Swords with your actions being the Six of Wands in reverse, I think for some of you, the challenge is you might have to think of a new way to communicate with a person in your life that you don't have a choice but to communicate with. So you'll be a little defensive and nervous about communication with a person. I think you're going to try to be on your, act as if everything is fine and maybe do your best to ignore someone or vice versa, but you might be forced to communicate with this person. So if you are, the challenge this month will be getting all the facts and the information and thinking of new ways to communicate. You could have been dealing with a younger person as well who was just very curious about their life and wasn't really ready to settle down. I think a challenge for some of you might also be anticipating a communication that you're nervous about at any moment. Some of you, worst case scenario, might have a challenge with not watching somebody on social media. With the Page of Wands or the Page of Swords, he's often called the Sherlock Holmes or the stalker. That's not always true. The Page of Swords is great. The Page of Swords is about not citing the dotted line or clicking yes on the terms and agreements until you get more information. So resist the urge to stalk someone's profile on the internet. It's difficult to do that when you've had a breakup. You might find something out this month that really hurts you that you didn't know before. You might be getting information, or you might just be dealing with a young person that's very chatty. The Page of Swords can often be harmless gossip as well, so be careful with that. Think of new ways to communicate. And some of you are just waiting to hear from someone, and it hurts that they won't communicate, or you find something out that does. I do like what's driving you. What's driving you this month is the Three of Cups. I think this is very much about healing. Um, I did notice a lot of threes came out in the previous readings I did for you, and I have a Queen of Wands in reverse and a Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and I have a Page of Swords and a Father of Cups. So with this many court cards, there could have been some triangulations, even an openly accepted triangle or just openly dating, but stay focused on the bonds of friendship. This is about healing. This is about creative opportunities and celebrations and collaborations. It is about dating and having fun. This could be about a relationship with someone that was in a circle of friends, or it was an open triangle situation. That's not true for all of you, of course, some of you, but stay at the friendship. That's really good. In the past, we had the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you were dealing with a Virgo or a married person, or you yourselves were married. So the Seven of Swords is about sneaking around and not getting caught. And this Queen of Pentacles is a person that is either going through a divorce or needs to focus more on taking care of themselves. It might have been a married person that was not behaving like a married person, or could have been dishonest about where they were financially or as far as their marital status was concerned. But there was some deception and betrayal involved. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse is a person who really is focused on self-care. They're having a hard time being nurturing and practical to other people. Perhaps you or someone in the past did not want to have a serious relationship, or were not ready for one, or someone's going through a divorce, or it just could have been a married woman. With the Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, I'm seeing someone mess around, possibly, not necessarily though. And someone being possibly dishonest about marital status or career or work home conflicts. I think it's also possible with the Fool in reverse here and the Magician and the High Priestess, Ace of Cups in reverse. Someone could have been dishonest about a pregnancy or lost a baby. If that is the case, I apologize. But there seems to be some kind of deception and betrayal surrounding this Queen of Pentacles, whomever that is. That could be you, that could be someone else. But in the past, if this was you, it was more about taking care of yourself and maybe needing to be flexible and adaptable in a situation and act on your own behalf. Sometimes the Seven of Swords doesn't mean lies or deception and betrayal. It means being the lone wolf and being very strategic in your life, treading lightly in situations, being one step ahead of the game in order to take care of yourself a little bit better and gain some independence. Somebody might have lied about how independent they were, possibly. This is the information you might find out. What's crowning you, what you're thinking about? The Fool in reverse to the King of Cups. So this is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. You might be saying to yourself, I have a lot of love for this person and I just feel like a fool right now. You might be thinking, I was really foolish to have such strong feelings. Or in a very positive way, you might be saying, I'm trying to be emotionally mature and compassionate and diplomatic. You want to be the King of Cups. You might want someone else to be your King of Cups. But until you know what's really going on in the situation, you feel the need to hold back. You can't let go of the past because you know it would be a risk at this point. In your actions, we have the Six of Wands in reverse to the Queen of Wands in reverse. So fire sign, like I said, I see possibly twin flame or soul contract territory where we have a karmic situation. The Queen of Pentacles can be the married woman. The Queen of Wands can be the other woman. That kind of thing could have possibly happened. Or that you feel like you don't want to deal with dishonesty in a person. You really want to take care of yourself and reestablish your sense of self. The Six of Wands in the upright is someone that acts as if everything is fine. They sort of try to rise above things and just hold their head high and wants to be celebrated in life, but also might not have the best, has a hard time with communication. The Six of Wands in reverse can mean we're knocked off of our high horse and we have no choice but to sort of mingle amongst the commoners and talk to someone. That might be why you have to think of a new way to communicate. But at this point, the actions you're taking in June are, your ego feels bruised. You might feel as though you've fallen from grace. Both of these cards are cards of someone that needs to focus more on their self-confidence, their self-respect, introversion, working on knowing their own self-worth, reestablishing your sense of self. You might pull back and say, I don't even want to be your friend. And I'm definitely not your girl Friday. It might bruise your ego to do it, and you might be waiting to get more information about it, but you're doing the right thing if you decide to do that. But the Six of Wands in reverse is more about focusing on your own personal definition of success and private achievements as well. And the Queen of Wands in reverse again is someone that's feeling introverted, that's lost their confidence a little bit. You might have lost a friendship or a relationship with this person to some degree. Yes, I can see that it's bruised your ego, but it's a moment to allow you to heal, protect yourself, and reestablish your sense of self. You will get your fiery confidence back because the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands is a very confident person. You might have been dealing with a person that was a little too confident. You don't need to mirror them. You stay the King of Cups. It's also, these are cards of things not being displayed publicly, but very hidden. I would be careful of that for sure, because I can see that it's bringing you pain. Hidden factors within yourself or someone else around you in the environment that you might not be aware of. Seven of Wands. This is a person that feels challenged and caught off guard, and it can be very defensive. They might sense any communication as competition. They feel the need to protect themselves, but it also means standing your ground in a situation. So you might really have to stand your ground to protect yourself. If you try to communicate with the person, they might try to stand their ground and protect themselves and come off as defensive in some way. Just stay diplomatic and mature, and absolutely don't be foolish or reckless like the Fool might be in reverse. And if you can't start a new cycle with this person, you just can't. I think you need time to heal from this Ten of Swords moment. In your environment, we have a person that is kind of interesting. They see themselves as the Six of Pentacles. So there might have been a lot of equal give and take between the two of you. If, first of all, if money was involved, this person believes they were very generous with you and they gave a lot to you. And now they're feeling depleted financially, Five of Pentacles. But this person could also have given you just enough and maybe breadcrumbed you and gave you only as much as you would give them. They might have been giving to more than one person at a time. Temperance and the Knight of Wands in reverse came out. Sagittarius energy here. You could have Sagittarius in your chart, or someone else has had Sagittarius, has Sag in their chart. Temperance can come off as kind of aloof, calm, peace, perspective. But this Knight of Wands is on again, off again, somebody being kind of a player and just wanting a passion project. It never really got off the ground. If this is your response to the environment, you might think you were the very generous one. You might have thought that this was your soulmate and you tried to be calm and patient and have perspective. Or this person might have been calm and patient and waited for a moment. They might get together with you once or twice in June, but ultimately this person feels left out in the cold, or you might feel left out in the cold and worried about money, finances, or just feeling someone in this situation will feel like they aren't getting what they need. If you were dealing with a player and they were given to more than one person and being aloof, like temperance can come off that way at times, they got left out in the cold and you're the one that got hurt. So again, this could be a person around you or your response to the environment. You might have thought that everything was equal and balanced between the two of you with Temperance and the Six of Pentacles. But for someone, this was just a passion project, and it might be leaving one or the both of you feeling left out in the cold, possibly even having financial projects as well, or financial loss as well. I have the Magician and the High Priestess here in the reverse. So you're feeling disconnected. You might feel like you're withdrawn into silence. You might be telling yourself, I really just didn't trust my intuition. You could have been dealing with a Pisces, maybe a Libra, but I'm feeling Pisces off of this, where you're really, don't beat yourself up, Cancer, because you're often the High Priestess for me as well. I'm seeing you guys feel like these are two cards of intuition here with the Ace of Cups in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse. You might be feeling like you just aren't energetically connected to this person, or you might be saying, I wish I'd listened to my intuition. This might have been a lesson that you needed to learn. Also, the High Priestess in reverse can sometimes be a very promiscuous person, and so can the Queen of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you could have been dealing with a person like that. Again, please don't beat yourselves up. Just don't. This might just be a lesson that you needed you just had to go through. Your soul might have wanted to go through it. The final outcome is the Magician in reverse to the Six of Cups in reverse. So the Six of Cups is kind of about a burnt bridge or being very haunted by the past. This could be a person from the past, or it's a wanting of forgiveness, but we recall the past and we're sort of haunted by it. It's also about lessons of growing up as well. We leave behind childish ways and we grow. This Magician, you could have been dealing with a Virgo with the Magician here and the Queen of Pentacles, or possibly an Aries, but someone just doesn't want to manifest. You might have all these great skill sets and tools, and they were being underutilized, Cancer. Someone didn't appreciate all your talents and they've gone to waste. You don't need to get cynical. Have a plan, have foresight. There might be better opportunities coming for you to manifest. It's difficult to look back into the past and feel like you can't recall it fondly. You might be, that's why the challenge might be communication. There might be a way to mend the past in some way and ease this painful ending so that you can move forward with the Fool in reverse. You might be saying, yes, I really love you, but I can't manifest with you. I can't forget the past. And I just feel like this is not a good idea. I feel like I'm going to get left out in the cold. And you seem so defensive and you're sneaking around. So I don't want to do this with you. I need to be compassionate. I need to take care of myself here with this Ace of Cups in reverse. This might be a shock. With the Two of Pentacles here, it might be something that you kind of don't really know what to do. Somebody might have been juggling for a while. I have an Empress here as well. Taurus, Libra, or a married woman. Son of Swords, someone took a risk. Yeah, that's tough. So I know that this is a tough reading, but when the Magician's here, he has all the tools he needs to succeed. He just needs to have a better plan. Watch for someone trying to manipulate you with ghosting and wondering when you're going to communicate with them. Try to get the upper hand for yourself in this situation. Their oracle messages were interesting. Hummingbird spirit, be here now. It came in the reverse. And snake spirit, time to heal. That came in the reverse as well. There are very specific messages attached to this. With hummingbird spirit, when it comes in reverse, you need the protection message. Nectar is everywhere, but hummingbird spirit is here to remind you that flying from flower to flower and being all over the place and not focusing your energy wastes precious energy. Be still. Be here now in the present moment, enjoying the sweetness and sustenance available to you. Focus on one flower today, just one. Are you focused on the sweetness or finding something better somewhere else? Always yearning and feeling that life is not enough, and you are not enough. All you seek is right here, right now. Appreciate the present moment, and you will see that you are where you need to be and enjoying what you're entitled to enjoy in this timeless and perfect moment. I think you might have been dealing with a player. Someone might have been a player in this situation, or someone was very unfocused and scattered and couldn't hold still and make up their mind about what they wanted. I can see that this hurts with snake spirit in reverse. And I think that some of you, because the Page of Swords is here, you're waiting for someone to come and talk to you and apologize. Because snake spirit is here in reverse, you might not get that. You might need to heal on your own. The message is, no matter how much you may have lost or how you've been disappointed, you are called by snake spirit to shed the past and practice radical self-acceptance. Practice accepting yourself as you are right now. It is disappointing, but shed the past. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. So someone might not communicate with you about healing this month, and someone might just leave you left hanging in some way and withdraw into silence with this Pisces energy and the Magician energy in reverse. Um, Self-forgiveness is what you need to be focusing on, and healing, and be careful getting involved in anything else until you've healed this month. Focus on this self-love for sure. And make a plan moving forward, especially to reestablish that sense of self with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and definitely spend time with friends. Yeah, definitely spend time with friends. That will help. Okay, Cancer, that's your reading for June. I apologize if it's difficult. Like I said, I tried 3 times because I was so worried. When the messages don't come out good, people bitch and whine and complain at me. And I'm like, look, I can't. If your life looks like this, it looks like this. All I want to do is prepare you and help you move through it so that you can make the best choices for yourself and that you're ready for what comes. So be ready for a tower moment. And what can you do to be in control of sudden changes and awakenings? Just give yourself time to heal. And if somebody can't hold still and just wants to go from flower to flower to flower, let them go do their thing. You just be the King of Cups that's emotionally balanced and diplomatic. Focus on friendship and you stand your high ground and don't let people push your buttons or your boundaries. Hopefully that will help you. Okay, Cancer, that's your reading for June. I do hope it helps you. Book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Cancer. I really love you guys. I'll see you next time.